Hello and welcome to my new video about Leo season 2024. I'm Verena Borell. I work with evolutionary astrology and I'm studying somatic experiencing. And I want to give you a short insight into Leo season, the upcoming energies, the upcoming topics. And as always, the planets are not doing something with us. It's not a cause and effect relationship. We are all in an evolutionary dance together, and the planets indicate and show us what energies are in the field and bring so more clarity to you. And maybe you see that my hair is still wet. I just hopped out of the shower and I did not plan to record this video now, but I felt the creative impulse to record it right now. And I think this feels very much like Leo. So I followed this impulse and now my hair is wet, but that's okay. What is Leo all about? Leo is the second fire sign. In the first fire sign, Aries, we separate from the cosmic womb of Pisces, and it's all about self-discovery and really exploring ourselves as an individual, as a separate being. And in Leo, the second fire sign, we want to self-express. We want to be seen. We want to create our life. And I think Leo is really this impulse that everyone has to be a creator, to create your life, to express your very specialness, to be seen. Think of a child that just wants to be seen and witnessed and loved as it is, that wants to be here and wants to take up space and wants to, create. And when I say create, I don't mean create like doing artistry or painting. That's Leo too. But I really mean this impulse to create your life, to bring something through your channel into this world. And I think a very spiritual approach to Leo is really that, and Leo is ruled by the sun, so that you are the sun of your universe. You are the main character of your life. And you are source by source. So when you express your very unique light, you actually express what wants to come through you, because you are coming from the divine. So when you tend to your inner light and when you express what wants to be expressed through you, you are actually doing what you're here for. And this can come with a lot of fear, because when you show up as you are, when you share and express what wants to come from your heart, what wants to come through you, what you feel called to share and express and create, there can be this deep, deep fear that you will be rejected by others or that you are not seen. So in Leo, we can have this need for being seen and being acknowledged as you are. And at the same time, there can be this fear that you are seen as you are and then rejected. And this all is complicated topic around being seen, not being seen, being received, not being received as you would love to, or being seen and then being rejected. These topics can show up during Leo season. And especially since last year, until 2043 something, Leo season can be especially transformative and especially can come with a lot of tension too, because Pluto is in Aquarius until 2043. So this means that the Sun in Leo is in every Leo season opposite Pluto in Aquarius. And this opposition between the Sun and Pluto happens once a year, and it always happens in the midst, halfway of Pluto's retrograde phase, and of course, 2 of Pluto's cycle around the Sun. So the Sun-Pluto conjunction opposition, the opposition between the Sun and Pluto happens this year, depending on your time zone, on July 23 or July 22. So just around 1 day after the Sun moved into Leo on July 22nd. And there can be a lot of tension. There can be, on the one hand, this deep, deep urge that you want to evolve, that you feel, okay, something needs to change. Maybe you feel a certain degree of frustration or a certain degree of stuckness, and you want to change something. You feel that something wants to die and something wants to be rebirthed. And on the other hand, there can be this immense fear, and old desires are showing up and old fears are showing up. So Pluto's Sun, no matter in which sign it is, it can really bring to the surface your core desires, your big why your soul is here. So what you really, really want on a subconscious level, and also your core fears, because Pluto stands for the evolution of our soul. And Jeffrey Wolf Green describes it so beautifully, that there are always these contradictory desires that we have with Pluto. On the one hand, we want to evolve, we want to change, we want to transform. And on the other hand, we are so afraid of that. And we want to hold on to the noun, and we don't want to step into the unknown and let go and release the old. So these topics might show up for you. And now within this Leo Aquarius scenery, there might be topics around, okay, I want to show up, I want to be bold, and I want finally, and we have the North Node in Aries too, which will be highlighted by the new moon in Leo. I show you the chart in a second. Finally, I really want to lead my life. I want to create my life as I want it to be. I don't want to depend so much on others any longer. I don't want to adapt and make myself small. I really want to be here as I am. And I want to be as bold or as small as I want. And I want to be seen and acknowledged and loved for who I am. And I want to share everything that is coming through my heart. And I really want to no longer do things that feel not authentic for me, or I don't want to stay small and play small. And on the other hand, you don't know how this will be received. You don't know if you will be witnessed and acknowledged and seen as you wish for. Maybe you already made the experience that people reject you, that people say, no, I don't think that's good what you're doing. Or no, I don't think that's great how you're showing up here. And these tensions can come up. Another point can be that you really want to create what's coming from your heart, and then you see that it's not well received, that maybe your friends, your community, your clients need something else. And you are in between, you are in this struggle of, okay, but when I'm doing what I actually want to do and what I feel called to do, people around me don't see it. They don't get it, they don't need it. And this can feel so, so frustrating and intense and sad. And there can be this little child that feels not seen inside of you, and this inner child part of you, this solar child part of you that feels like she's rejected. And not acknowledged. And I think that there can be different, I don't know your situation, but there can be different entry points to that. So talking with the Aquarius archetype and Pluto in Aquarius, this might mean that you need to change your surrounding. Maybe you're not with the people that are fitting to what you want to offer. So there might be changes with you maybe need to change your community, or you maybe need to also find a balance between what you want to share and what other people need, so that it feels more aligned for you, but that you are, yeah, a little bit more in communication with other people, without losing yourself and without really staying authentic. But I think that maybe, especially with Pluto's long transit through Aquarius, it's not about you need to change your friends, community, clients, target group in this Leo season. It's more a slow and steady process that you see, okay, when I step by step create more what wants to come through me, stay more authentic to myself, show up in a way that feels more true and more raw and more honest and more like myself, then yeah, some people will leave me. And yeah, some new people will join me. And all of these topics might show up, especially when the Sun-Pluto opposition is exact. But I think it's for the whole Leo season, it's a topic. So do you allow yourself to stay true to yourself, to stay authentic, even though others might reject you? On the other hand, also this topic between Leo and Aquarius, okay, what I want to do and create, where is the bigger reason for it, or the bigger vision? So it might be very supportive for you to not get lost into this, I want to be seen, this more childish perspective that you say, okay, I want to be seen right now, and I want to receive this and that for what I'm creating and sharing here. No, stepping a little bit back, becoming more objective, Aquarius, detaching from your strong Leo emotions and seeing the broader context and the bigger context. And with Aquarius, intellectually, a higher vision. So what is your bigger vision? And then sometimes it's not so important who this exact person reacts to you. If you know what is your vision, then it's not a big thing that some people don't like this one thing that you are doing. And also I think that Aquarius can teach us that there is no space and time, so that you don't know on which timeline and on which frequency things are coming back to you. So maybe it's not this moment of instant gratification, but it's really this moment of, okay, something is coming back sometimes. And I think that especially with all of these topics around being seen, being acknowledged, being authentic, staying authentic, even though others might reject you for that, it's so important in Leo and in Leo season that we have done our Cancer Capricorn work. And I highly recommend you watch my video about Cancer and Capricorn season, where I talk about Cancer and Capricorn. Because Cancer, Capricorn are really the prerequisite for being in our Leo energy without being too self-focused and too much in our own emotional reactions, and also to not lose yourself and to not lose your authenticity, and to have the courage to be yourself, even though others might don't see you or reject you. And what do I mean with do your Cancer Capricorn work? I think especially this year we had two full moon in Capricorn during Cancer season, and Saturn stationed retrograde. And we worked a lot on topics around finding an inner sense of safety and security and building self-trust. So Cancer is all about nurturing yourself, becoming independent. So the Sun in Cancer was also squaring the lunar nodes in Aries Libra, becoming independent from other people, more independent from other people in regard to feeling safe and feeling nurtured, allowing yourself more to take care for yourself, take care for your own needs, so that you don't need another person to feed you, so that you can step into relationships in a more independent way. And while you choose to be in a relationship, and don't because you have the need to be fed by another person or to receive something from them, which brings you always in a codependency. And we learned in Cancer season really where we don't feel safe, where we need to tend to building our inner safety, where it's important to learn to create more safety and stability inside of us. So, and on the other hand, Capricorn, really to learn to trust yourself, to become your own authority, to become more self-sovereign, so that you don't need the validation of other people and of authorities outside, and the guidance and the rules outside to feel safe and to feel and to lead your life in a self-responsible way. So Capricorn is really about building this self-trust, building this inner authority, building your own value system, Taurus, trying to Taurus, so that you can go through life with integrity and really checking in, it's a yin sign, checking in with yourself. If the rules that you are following are your rules, or if these rules are the rules of somebody else and not aligned with your needs, Cancer, and your values. And when you do this Cancer Capricorn work, when you have integrity, when you have self-authority and self-trust, Capricorn, and when you have a sense of inner safety, a deep feeling of you belong because you are, and you can nurture yourself, you don't need another person to nurture you, then you can really be in Leo in your self-expression in a very balanced way. Because then you are not, it's not such a high risk that you start to people please, or that you start to do everything just to be seen and acknowledged and loved and completely use yourself, or that you feel super, super hurt when others reject you and when others tell you, I don't think that what you create is valuable, or I don't think that how you show up is valuable. So when you feel safe inwardly, and when you trust yourself, and when you are also very self-honest and go through life with integrity, you can live Leo in a very balanced and beautiful way, really being authentic without being too self-centered, express what wants to come through you, and don't be so dependent on how others receive you. And also having this Aquarian perspective that when you create what wants to come through you and share what wants to be shared through your channel, then you are really contributing to the community. And maybe that means that the right people still need to find you, or you still need to find the right people, but then you contribute and you are doing what you are here to do, what you meant to be. And I show you now the chart. What is really interesting is that Mercury will station retrograde in Virgo and Leo during Leo season. Mercury will station retrograde on August 5th in 4-degree Virgo and then move back into Leo. So there is something around reflect what is really authentic for you. What do you really want? How do you really want to create your life? What do you really want to share? And Mars is also in Gemini during the whole Leo season. So, and Mars is the ruler of the North Node in Aries. So there's something about being curious, being open-minded, and being in communication with yourself and with others. So something wants and needs to change how you create your life, how you create your projects, what you share. There's something that wants to be released because it's no longer serving you, because you changed. And there's something that you need to adapt and to change so that it is more authentic to you in regard to how you are right now, because you are not the same person as a couple of months ago. And this comes with tension and old fears and maybe current fears and so on. But the Mercury retrograde period is really a good time to reflect and to, it's a little bit like on the one hand, Leo is young, but then there is this Mercury retrograde, which really is more yin energy. So it's finding the balance between, okay, where do I need to reflect upon what I'm doing? And where is it time to really show up? And I think especially the new moon, takes place on August 4th. And you see the sun and the moon in Leo. The opposition to Pluto is, I work with the 10-degree orb, so it's out of orb, but it's still in the field, especially with the slow-moving planet of Pluto. And it's in a trine to the North Node in Aries. So I think there is, and Mercury at this time is not yet retrograde, but it's stationing retrograde. So it's still there. So it's not yet retrograde, but a couple of hours after the new moon, it will station retrograde. I have the feeling that this new moon has a big fire energy. There is maybe more courage, more boldness in the field, that you really have a boost of energy, a forward movement, really this, yes, and I am as I am, and I'm as bold as I want to be, and I show up authentic. And I really feel this urge to lead my life in a more independent way, and to share and to create and to show up as it feels good for me. And I know that this means that maybe I need to leave certain relationships, or I need to make changes in certain relationships. South Node in Libra, ruled by Venus and Leo, also in a conjunction with Vesta. But yeah, feeling this deep truth that it's okay to be yourself, and it's important for your ongoing journey and for your ongoing evolution that you let go all of these fawning and people-pleasing mechanisms and really allow yourself to show up as you are. And I really want to say that Leo does not mean that you have to be loud or that you have to be very extrovert. Leo really means that you express in the way that you are, and that you allow yourself to be the main character of your life. And if you are an introvert person, then this is your Leo energy. It's really this being unapologetically you. And then we have the full moon. And during the full moon, it's a couple of hours after Mercury Sun Cazimi, after Mercury started its new cycle with the sun. So it's already a morning star, but it's still retrograde. And it's the starting point of the Mercury cycle, a couple of hours before the full moon. And the full moon is in an exact square to Uranus and Taurus. So there might be this tension between, okay, I really want to contribute something that serves my community, and I have this higher visions. And on the other hand, I really want to, be the main character of my life, and I want to have fun and to create what's coming through me. And there might be this tension between, okay, how am I received when I'm showing up in a more authentic way? Do I need to adapt to the group, or do I need to find other people, or what do I need to change in my offerings to the world so that it feels actually aligned with my higher vision and with my authentic self? And the square to Uranus, I think, really reminds us that it's all about coming back to your values and to your natural needs. Uranus also this strong calling and forward movement in regard to be really authentically you and decondition from what you think you need to be. So there is maybe it's helpful around the full moon to really reconnect to your natural essence. What are your values? What are your needs? And also coming back to your body. Ground yourself in your body and in your needs, because in Aquarius and Leo, we can be very much in this fire and air energy. And when we reconnect to your values and to your physical needs, you also get some guidance in regard to your Leo expression. And also, I think there's something around self-worth. Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, really finding a new sense of self-worth so that you feel less, that you are less vulnerable around rejection of others. And yeah, I have the feeling that this whole Leo season with Pluto and Aquarius is very transformative. Mercury stationing retrograde, then this full moon squaring Uranus and Taurus. It feels really like a time with a lot of tension, but also with the potential for a lot of transformation in a good way. And Leo is about our heart. It's about playing. It's about creating. It's about nurturing your inner child that wants to be seen and play and self-express. And how can you bring that into your community and also maybe find new people that really support you in the way that you are, how you are. And yeah, regularly detach a little bit when you are very, very in these old emotional stories, maybe that you have been not seen as a child, that you have the feeling of, I really want to be seen and nobody sees me. So when you are getting lost a little bit in these deep emotional struggles. I think coming back to your body, coming back to present time, and detaching a little bit from the stories, Aquarius, can be very, very helpful. But I'm actually very excited for Leo season. I'm taking a media break, so this video was not planned. I actually did not want to create a video about Leo season before I go onto my media break. I do a media break for the whole season of Leo because I'm working on a creative project. And I really want to channel all of my creative energy into this project. And for me, it's too, I think it's a step forward, something where I want to share with the world something that wants to come through me. But also I know that there are certain standards that need to be hit so that it fits into the form that people need. So there is also this struggle between, okay, I want to do it this way, and that feels really authentic to me. And okay, but what is really needed here, and what is really helpful for people, what is really helpful for the community, and finding a balance between that. Yeah, I think, as I said, come back to your Cancer Capricorn work, your inner sense of safety, your inner sense of security, your deep self-trust, your self-authority, so that you don't get too much in the pain of not being seen in a way that you want to be seen, or not being received in the way you want to be received. And really staying true to yourself, because this whole year with the North Node in Aries is so much about allowing yourself to lead your life in an authentic way. Leo, trying to Leo from your heart. We have the Venus cycle in Leo, so Venus is in Leo again now as an evening star. You can watch my Venus in Leo workshop. I link it in the show notes to have more information about that. Yeah, be bold and be brave. I think it's time. It's time that we all become more our authentic self and let go of all of these unnatural rules and systems and structures inside of us and in our surroundings that are actually not natural and not aligned with your truth and your aliveness and your vitality and everything that wants to be expressed and brought into the world through you. Okay, my friends, you can book now your one-on-one astrology session and your one-on-one soul and soma guidance, where I combine astrology with tools from somatic experiencing. And you can book them now for fall autumn. I highly recommend to book it now and secure your spot for fall, because yeah, I have always just a few spots and it fills up very quickly. And you find my Venus cycle and Leo workshops in the description below, and also the links to all of my other workshops and courses. If you want to learn astrology with me in German or English language, or yeah, as I said, if you want to book your reading with me to dive deeper into your Pluto topics, to dive deeper into your soul's topics. Okay, have a great time, and I see you after my break for Virgo season.